Alrighty, hello there, YouTube. Hello, everybody. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, these songwriters will sing for you and me. Good evening and welcome everyone to the Open Mic America live stream. We're so glad to have you in attendance tonight. We've got 10 amazing performers that are going to serenade us all night, and we want you to know that every single one who's going to be performing tonight is part of that beating heart of American music, the tapestry of story and song that has been weaving us together for generations, and we are so glad to be able to share that with all of you tonight. We want everyone out there watching in YouTube land to know that we're looking forward to sharing not only these songs with you, but the songwriters themselves, a little bit about both them and their songwriting process as we give them a little interview after their performance. We hope that you enjoy it as much as we do. If you're interested in who's coming up next in the lineup, we have it on our website, openmicamerica.com, as well as in Capo Dave Williams' Magic Zoom Square up there in the corner if you're waiting for someone very specific to be showing up. And if you like anyone that you happen to see, go ahead and drop it in the comments there in YouTube so that we can share it with them. And, we're going to be here for a couple hours, give or take, tonight. And I think we're about ready to get started. What do you think, everybody? Are we ready? All right, we'll introduce the team and the performers. So the team, of course, we've got TK Tran, our sound engineer and switchboard master. And then tonight for our interviewer, we have the one and only, our founder, Capo Dave Williams, there at the Magic Square. And I am Laura Boudouris. I will be your MC tonight as we introduce all of our amazing performers. First up, we are going to have Mark Bishop Evans from Andover, Massachusetts. Hails from the North Reading Community Coffee House and Hearing Room open mics. We also have Dean Boudouris from Portland, Oregon, who normally hails at the Songwriter Soiree. Third up, we'll have Alice Osborn from Raleigh, North Carolina, who actually just came from another open mic tonight, the Sunday Chill at the Fainting Goat Brewery in Fuquay, Verona. The host is Michael Damian Kelly. I'm sure some of you know who that is. And then, of course, number 4, we'll have Rick Merritt from San Jose, California. Normally, you see him at the South Bay folks in San Jose. And, of course, halfway through the show, we get Jon Garey from Stow, Ohio. You normally see him at Dragonfly Winery and Divine Open Mic, as well as others. And then, of course, starting off the second half, we're going to have Valdoria, also from San Jose, California. And they're normally seen at Cafe Lift and the Red Rock Coffee House open mics. Number 7, we're going to have Rob Banks Brown from Durham, North Carolina, and they normally play at Tobacco Wood Brewery and the Boxyard RTP. And of course, we have Robert Owen, and he's from Portland, Oregon, and he's normally seen at the one and only Artichoke Music. Number 9, we're going to have Jim Pryts from Fairview, Oregon, who's also, as he put it, an artichoke boy, although you can also see him at Freight and Salvage. And then closing us out for tonight is J.D. Cotton from Issaquah, Washington. And he normally plays at Woodhouse Wine Estates and also mixed in Mill Creek and Sagello Cellars. So as you can see, we got a lot of great performers from all across the United States. And I think without further ado, it's time to get some songs ready. So everybody, last stretch before we perform. And Mark Bishop Evans, it is all you. Take it away.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Nice to be here. Let's start out with a rain song. I don't think I've ever felt so lonely. I don't think I've ever been so cold. And it seems it just might rain forever while I'm just standing here collecting random tears. I don't think I've ever been so lost or just mislaid my will for living. And it seems it just might rain forever while I'm just standing here collecting random fears. I once knew something more than pain, but then it rained. Oh, how it rained. I lost my will to try again in the rain. Still it rains. Don't think I've ever been so sad. I don't think that I'll forget this story. And it seems it just might rain forever. Well, I'm just standing here, convinced the sky will clear while it rains. And it rains. Once knew something more than pain. Then it rained. Oh, how it rained. I lost my will to try again in the rain. Still it rained. Don't think I've ever been so sad. I don't think that I'll forget this story. And it seems it just might rain forever. While I'm just standing here, convinced the sky will clear. Still it rains.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
So
Awesome.
The next song I'd like to do is a song I wrote in the summer of 2020. And this is an anthem for social justice and the Black Lives Matter movement. It's called Bitter Wind. There's a dark cloud that brings the rain, a bitter wind that brings the pain, makes our children moan and grieve and kneel and cry. We cannot breathe, it's a cruel storm, brings the death, a bitter wind that steals the breath. Gone the children's joy and laughter, gone the lives that should have mattered. Cold upon the ground lies the body of a mother's son. Police all lie and say that he pointed at them with a gun. Now the young man had to die alone when his only crime was walking home. And no matter what they say, you know he's not the only one. No, no, there's a dark cloud that brings the rain, a bitter wind that brings the pain, makes our children moan and grieve and kneel and cry. We cannot breathe, it's a cruel storm, brings the death, a bitter wind steals the breath. Gone the children's joy and laughter, gone the lies that should have mattered. Standing in the flames of a nation torn by hate and blame, where those who should protect are the authors of the greatest pain. You can take a bullet in your back when your only crime is driving black. Half of us refuse to call it by its proper name. Oh, there's a dark cloud that brings the rain, a bitter wind that brings the pain, makes our children moan and grieve and kneel and cry. We cannot breathe, it's a cruel storm, brings the death, a bitter wind that steals the breath. Gone the children's joy and laughter, gone the lies that should have mattered. Now all the pain and rage has been locked up in a cage and left beneath the boiling sun. If you open up your eyes, you won't be surprised at the revolution when it comes. There's a dark cloud that brings the rain, a bitter wind that brings the pain, makes our children moan and grieve and kneel and cry. We cannot breathe, it's a cruel storm that brings the death, a bitter wind that steals the breath. Gone the children's joy and laughter, gone the lies that should have mattered. I said gone the lies that could have mattered. Well, it's a dark cloud, a bitter wind, a cruel storm, a bitter wind.
Well done.
Man.
Thank you.
Oh, I almost
Wow.
feel bad about enjoying that last song. Those lyrics are so striking.
Well done.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Wonderful, Mark. That's what folk singers used to do in the old days. They used to write songs that were about something.
Right.
I guess the commercialism took over, and that was the end of all that. So one of my private projects for OMA is that there would be more of that. But I wanted to ask you. You mentioned in the chat about the friend of yours that has passed.
Well, he was somebody. Actually, I was supposed to open for him in December at the Linden Tree Coffee House. Bill Staines passed away today. I don't know if any of you are familiar with him, but he's a folk icon. He's got unbelievable number of albums out, and he's traveled the country for over 50 years. I think 57 years he was actually performing, and he passed away today. And so that was very sad. And another friend named Joe Verga passed away today. He's pretty well known here on the East Coast, and you know, it's been a rough day.
Would you post their names in the chat so folks see? I've never heard of these folks, and I'd like to look them up and hear some of their music. Maybe some of these other people would like to.
Okay,
like
I'll
to
do that.
see So great. So anyway, yeah, and I just wanted to ask you briefly, what's going on in the real world? Are you getting out at all to play right now?
I've had a number of opportunities to play live. But I'm getting ready to move to Palm Springs, so I've not been taking too many engagements. I've been asked to do a number of things that I've kind of had to turn down because it's just trying to pack and trying to get ready to, hit the road and also trying to keep performing is tough. I'm still doing more online than I am doing live. I would say in the last 3 months, I've probably done 8 live things, yeah, but other than that, I got a couple more in the next couple of weeks, but that's it, and then I'll be out in the West Coast and we'll have to start over again.
Well, you won't have to start over again on OMA. We love to have you here, and we know you'll be back. So thanks.
Yes, I will.
Thanks so much for 2 great songs.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
All right, let's give it up one more time for Mark. What a great way to start off the show.
Yeah.
Ooh. Now I know you're all warmed up and ready, and we've got more performers. In fact, next up, we've got Dean Boudouris from Portland, Oregon. It's all you.
All right. Hey, y'all. How's everybody doing? I'm going to get into that social justice folk singer thing in a minute, but this first one is called Halfway, and it's a different vein. One of my first songs, I wrote it in 1988 or so. So it's an old one. Halfway there, I'm halfway done. These 2 weeks, they're halfway gone, but I'm halfway living without you. Half a life, I got half the fun. I'm only feeling half the sun, 'cause I'm halfway living without you. I'm halfway living without you. Every night it's twice as long. I'm feeling half as strong, 'cause I'm halfway living without you. Half of this, I got half of that. I wonder where the hell I'm at, 'cause I'm halfway living without you. I'm halfway living without you. Lonely life, it takes its toll. Feels like I'm missing half my soul, 'cause I'm halfway living without you. Halfway here and halfway there. It's no good being half a pair, 'cause I'm halfway living without you. Halfway living without you. For life, I'll be rolling home. These 2 halves will be back as one, but I'm halfway living without you. I'm still halfway living without you. Halfway living without you. Oops, false ending.
There you go. Very good.
Yeah, thank you. Right on. All right, living without you. I gotta retune here for a second. All right, thanks y'all for listening. It's really nice to connect with people from all over the country, and just even though it's online, it's nice to see everybody and hear people's music from everywhere. And that one I wrote when I lived in North Carolina, so I have a little connection. I got a few North Carolina folks there. And anyway. This one is in that social justice vein, and I wrote it in Indonesia, and really the theme of it is that no matter where you are or what you do or who you are, we're all in this together, and people need to kind of learn that, I guess, learning it the hard way, seems like sometimes, but anyway. It's called We Are One. we are one. For everything that divides us, we are one. All that the earth provides for us, we are one. Laugh, we all cry, we all want to live, we're all gonna die. Don't believe the lies, we are one. Everybody needs a roof over their head. When the day is done, they need a place to make a bed. We all need to be fed, we are one. We all laugh and we all cry, we all want to live, we're all gonna die. Don't believe the lies, we are one. We are one. Looking out at the same blue sea, we are one. I'm here for you, you for me, and everybody wants to be free. It's not that hard to see that we are one. Start your day with a morning prayer or a $5 latte in a fancy chair. We are everywhere and we are one. We all laugh and we all cry, we all want to live, we're all gonna die. Don't believe the lies, we are one. Don't believe the lies, we are one. Lies on top of lies on top of lies on top of lies. Don't believe the lies, we are one.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Hey.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Thank you, Dean. Two great songs. I like those songs with a message for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, trying it.
Talk about your earliest experience playing music in front of people.
Ooh, well, like I said, I was a bass player originally, and so yeah, that would be back probably when I was about maybe 18 or so, and I was able to play bass in a band who just needed a bass player, and with no actual skills or experience or lessons or anything, they just kind of gave me a bass and said, here. And so that's kind of how I got things started, and got the bug, and really worked hard with the bass. And I've been in some really great groups playing the bass, but always in the background, and just been writing songs. But I have an album hopefully coming out this winter. I've got about 8 or 10 songs that I'm trying to throw out there. So I really got to start working the songs through and getting used to playing them live, hopefully in front of real humans, but also in front of humans online as well. I like the, room full of people and the noise and the bottles clinking and whatever. That's, I like that a lot. So
you've been playing at the soiree. I'm in Portland myself and have been to the soiree.
yeah.
Robin has a great show over there.
Oh, for sure. We were bandmates, Robin and I. I was in a band.
Oh, really?
called
You were in a band with Robin?
I was in a band called the Vagabond Opera, who was an amazing Portland band. I was the founding bass player in that group. Absolutely lucky we met at a party across the street from my house here and formed the band, and then brought Robin in a couple months after that. And
How
what a great
far
guy.
back is that?
That would be 02, 03. Yeah. So going way back, he was just a kid, but super talented guy, amazing guy.
He really is. Really is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Okay,
great
well-
to work with them. Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right.
Thank you so much, Dean.
Yeah, crackly voice and all. Thank you.
That was wonderful. All right, well, moving right along, we've got our next performer. It's our very own Alice Osborn.
Hey everybody, it's great to be behind the guitar this time. I've got two holiday themed songs. The first one is called Angel Share, and Angel Share is the alcohol that gets evaporated because of the atmosphere, and I wrote a love song about it. And my second song is called Virginia's Christmas Day, and it is part of my Donner Party series. And in this real story, the Reed family were the only family of the Donner Party that did not eat anybody like that. And Mrs. Reed, she saved food that was brought over from the mountains in October. And she saved it so that her 4 kids would have beans, bacon, and apples and tripe on Christmas Day. So she thought ahead, and Virginia, who is cold and miserable, she forever is grateful for her mom. So it's about a mom's love, and I think the story speaks for itself. But it's a real story that you can look up to. So let's get started with Angel Share. Last night you told me, baby, let's be friends. And I thought, for God's sake, not again. How can you evaporate, leave me behind in such a state? Lonely is such second class. But every day I try not to call. I guess I didn't see the cracks in the walls. I can't disengage from your glass. Well, you're my angel share. Drops of whiskey lost to the air. White wings, they snatched you far away. So far away, I'm caught in a vortex of dismay. But maybe on my dying day I will drink a toast to the Holy Ghost and declare, 'cause what you share, it ain't fair. Last night as I drank strong Jack and Coke, and I thought we were thick like oaks. And how can you disappear, throw a pen into the atmosphere? And it's not easy thinking I'm fine, 'cause I'm not fine. And are you smiling down at me while the winds curl at your feet? I'm caught in clouds, bidding me adieu, 'cause you're my angel share. Drops of whiskey lost to the air. White wings, they snatched you far away. So far away, I'm caught in a vortex of dismay. Maybe on my dying day I will drink a toast to the Holy Ghost and declare, what you shared, I will drink a toast to the Holy Ghost and declare.
Very nice.
Nice,
Very,
Jon.
very nice.
Thank you, my friend. So the next one is Virginia's Christmas Day, and it's the very first Christmas song I've ever written. So I'm pretty excited, and I've been playing it out and about, so to prepare it for you guys. So I do a good job tonight. And here it goes. The cold woke me up again. What's the difference from out and in? Well, it's Christmas, the snow fell 2 feet. I'd be warm and clean miles away. It's Christmas, but no pies or sweets. Just another Friday with boiled broth to eat. And Mama brings out a dish. Children, eat slowly. Today you can have all you wish. Apples, bacon, and beans. For a moment we are warm. Mama made the cold disappear. Brought us Yuletide cheer, and she wiped away all of our tears. At the end of the world, it's Christmas Day. Mr. Breen's boys gather wood and play. Mrs. Murphy serves oxtail stew. But at Alder Creek, the Donners eat ox glue. Does the Lord Jesus smile down on you? Does he show us his mercy on the glorious of days? And then Mama brings out a dish. Children, eat slowly. Today you can have all you wish. Apples, bacon, and beans. For a moment we are warm. Mama made the cold disappear. Brought us Yuletide cheer, and she wiped away all of our tears. Hear the Christmas bells ring. Mama, you're the reason we'll see another spring. Hear the Christmas bells ring. Oh, Mama, you're the reason we'll see another spring. She saved up those rays of sunshine. So, children, eat slowly. Today you can have all you wish. Apples, bacon, and beans. For a moment we are warm. Mama made the cold disappear and brought us Yuletide cheer, and she wiped away all of our tears. She wiped away all of our tears and wiped away all of our tears.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Very nice.
Amazing. The imagery is just incredible.
Thank you.
I would be remiss if I didn't tell folks Alice has written a whole series of songs that tell the story of the Donner Party, and you can look it up on her website on aliceosborn.com. It's pretty extraordinary. It might be a whole new genre of folk music where she's telling a whole narrative of a whole story complete, and it's quite amazing. And but your first song, Alice, did you just write that one? Is that a new one?
No, that one's about 5 years old.
That's a beautiful song. But
Thank you.
let me focus on. Gosh, I see on Facebook you're like all over the place. Alice plays a lot out. What's up right now with your gigs that you're playing?
Well, I play about, I have 1 or 2 gigs a week, I would say. And for January, February, maybe it's going to come down to 1 a month right now, but I'm working really hard on booking. And I'm going into the studio to record the Donner Party album, have 12 songs.
Very
And then I
cool.
got the idea, we were talking about it offline, about what is next for Alice. And I'm working on my novel, which is taking place 13 years after the Donner Party. And it's about William Eddy, who rescued the Donner girls, who were 6, 5, and 3, and how he has such similarities with the mother of the girls. And the middle daughter that he rescued becomes his mentor in my version of the novel. So I said, wouldn't it be great to have songs coming from his point of view and her point of view? So it will be the Will Eddy and Georgia Donner album. And they'll be very personal songs and love songs because they end up falling in love, and it's a May-December romance. But it's a doomed romance, spoiler alert. So it'll be a whole bunch of things that they'll talk about, and I'm really excited about it. And of course, it's going to be it's all set in California.
Well, it's an amazing story, and you've done a great thing in putting that down in music, and it's a good way for people to access the story. I've been to Truckee, and I've stood in that place where the Donners perished, and it's really a chilling experience to understand what they faced and that horrible decision they made. Some of those people, the way they chose to stay alive, and you would ask yourself, what would I do in that situation? And
Right. And my goal is to not sensationalize it, but I mean to also acknowledge that the cannibalism took place. But these were people; they're people like you and me, and to bring out the humanity. My daughter, she had a unit on the Donner Party, and for a quick day, and they talked about some of the gross things, and it really made me angry because these folks are such a part of my life now, and it's like, let's talk about their humanity and what they had to go through, and that they're survivors and what they taught other people. So that's what I'm doing with my work.
well, stress brings out the worst and the best in people,
That's
it
right.
seems, and we're certainly seeing that now in these times. And I need to mention it, if anyone doesn't, some people may not realize this. Alice is one of our show hosts and does interviews. She's an OMA team member, and you'll be seeing her in the weeks coming on
Number
either
19.
wearing either one of those hats. And she also, of course, has her wonderful songs. Thanks so much, Alice.
All right. Looking forward to hearing everybody. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Alice. That was wonderful. And of course, as they said, Alice has a website. A lot of our performers have links to all of their work, so check out the OMA website if you'd like to hear more from them. But don't go right now, because you've got to hear Rick Merritt, who's our next performer.
Thank you. I thought I would dip back about 15 years ago to a song I wrote when I was doing online dating, and I met somebody in another state, and there was a lot of chemistry and a lot of geography and a lot of anticipation. This is called The Woman I Haven't Met Yet. She's flying into town on American Airlines on a ticket that she hasn't even bought yet. Maybe she's the one I never thought that I could find. She's a woman I haven't even met Yet I hunted for the best picture of me I could find. I can't stop staring in the eyes of the one she sent. Love isn't blind, it's burned her image in my mind. She's a woman I haven't even met yet. I'm trying to be a grown-up, but I feel torn up as a teenager again, daydreaming of a night I might hold her hand. She's a woman I haven't even met yet. 5 weeks or more before she touches down, and my mind's flying faster than a private jet. Heaven help me not melt down before she lands in my town. She's a woman I haven't even met yet. She's a woman I haven't met.
I love it.
Thank you.
Wow.
Very nice.
Nice tune.
Very nice.
Nice finger work too.
Thank you. So,
Crazy.
as probably all 10 people here will tell you, or maybe it's 11 or 12 or 13, songwriter's favorite song seems to always be the newest one. You know, the little baby is so beautiful. Well, this is the newest one, and it's kind of a song about love and time. It's called Forever. I recall in 6th grade when it rained all day, I went over to her house to play. She knew how to kiss, her mom was away, so she taught me it was heaven. Ooh, she said, let's do this forever. I remember the night after I got laid off. I didn't know how I'd make ends meet. I couldn't sleep, ugly thoughts in my dreams. She rolled over and held me. She said, let's do this forever. The earth turns around every 24 hours. Let's just stay here till the turning's all done. This world's in a race, we've already won. We've found a small slice of heaven. Let's just do this forever. She said, let's just stay here forever. What else could we do that's better? Wrapped in your arms, I feel free. Nothing's no, nothing's not, nothing's never. Time seems to stop when you're here with me. Let's just stay here forever. Of course, time moved on. It waits for no one. And it didn't stop for her and me. But sometimes I stop, often these days, and hold her memory. I'm gonna hold it forever. The earth turns around every 24 hours. Let's just stay here till the turning's all done. This world's in a race that cannot be won. We had a small slice of heaven. I'm gonna hold it forever. She said, let's just stay here forever. What else could we do that's better? Wrapped in your arms, I feel free. Nothing's no, nothing's not, nothing's never. Time seems to stop when you're here with me. Let's just stay here forever. Thank you.
Awesome.
I wanted that song to last forever.
I know, me too.
Well, it is a little long. Huh?
Aw.
Wonderful songs, Rick. You know, I've known you for some years now, having gone with South Bay folks. We've seen each other, I'm sure, at hubs and places. And it just never ceased to amaze me. Your songs flow out of you like out of a river. This guy will show up and he's got a new song this week, a new song next week. Talk a little bit about how you've got to this place where you're so fluent. And the songs, you know, to me, it's I can just hear a whole orchestra behind these songs. They seem like the bare bones of something like a show tune, and other people say that too. I've heard them say it. How did you arrive at this state of fluency that you attained? I mean, I'm serious.
Well, thank you, Dave. I mean, that's very kind of you. And by the way, thank you for creating this whole online stage that we all get a chance to be on. You know, it's I know it's a lot of work and it's appreciated. So anyway, music has always just been kind of my go-to place. You know, when the world is like doesn't feel good, you know, just go sit on the guitar or on the piano and diddle around and then, you know, something comes up. It's like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, that was nice. Let's do that again. And where does that want to go? And, you know, so it just kind of feels like, you know, you follow the thread of what feels good and excites you. But, you know, I got to say, from my standpoint, there's plenty of times that feel like, oh, I haven't written a song in forever.
I don't know how you do it, Rick. Thanks for sharing your songs with us.
My pleasure. Thank you, Dave.
All right, one more time for Rick. Those were beautiful, beautiful. And the good times are just going to keep on coming. Next up, we've got Jon Garey, who's looking very festive today, I must say.
Thank you. This is my background for my show on Tuesday night, so called Gift Wrapped. So should be fun. So this has been absolutely fantastic, and everybody sounds absolutely wonderful tonight. I'm going to play a couple of love songs. So, first song here is a song called Lady. I'm in love with you. Are you in love with me? Don't ever leave. I've searched for you a lifetime of broken hearts and schemes of empty dreams, and I can say to you, I do love you and care. And when I give to you this love I have to share, will you be there? To spend a lifetime's all I ask of you, and to be true, yes, to be true. There's times before I've had love and lost and learned to live, and it's so hard to give, but I can say to you I do love you and care. When I give to you this love I have to share, will you be there? And lady, I'm in love with you. Are you in love with me?
Dreamy.
Thank you.
Very nice. Well done.
Thank you. So this next song is one called Pass the Nights with Joy. One of the things I've noticed about this is that you can't say joy without smiling. At least you can't say it well without smiling. It's a song about finding your soulmate and recognizing when that happens. It's time for a little water. So, again, Pass the Nights with Joy. Once in your life, someone who's right will come knocking at your door. And all those years and wasted tears will be worth the time you've waited for. Someone you can call your own, someone to be with alone, someone to help you pass the night with joy. But I'd always thought I would get caught in my old age without a friend. I met you. Now life starts anew, and I know now broken hearts do mend, and I'll have someone to call my own, someone to be with alone, someone to help me pass the night with joy. Now you will be staying here with me forever and always by my side, and we'll have someone to call our own, someone to be with alone, someone to help us pass the night with joy to call our own, someone to be with alone, someone to help us pass the night with joy.
Bravo.
Really fine.
Thank you.
Beautiful guitar work.
Thank you.
Wow. Golly.
Speechless.
Great songs, great vocals, and killer guitar playing. I mean, the
Thank
first
you.
number, killer finger picker, and then turns around, picks up a flat pick, and kills it again. I'm really
Appreciate
impressed.
that.
That's great stuff, John. That's great stuff. Love it. Love it. So, share with us a little bit, a person of your considerable skills, how you got here. For example, early influences. Was there a family member or people that influenced you when you were a youngster? How did you get started in music? Obviously, you've been doing it for a while.
I picked up guitar at the age of 12, so I've been playing guitar for about 50 years now. But my mother, there was always music in my house. And my mother was one who, she did a lot of singing and doing that with us. So as part of it, that's probably the earliest influences. And so that would put us way back in, her music was the music of the 50s and early 60s, folk stuff. She would do a lot of Broadway. And my father, on the other hand, did a lot of classical harmonic hats and some very interesting music. But I picked up guitar at the age of 12 and just absolutely loved it. And God was in a band by the time I was 14 and began writing songs at the age of 16.
What? I'm knocked out by your stuff. That's great. What have you been doing live lately? Anything live?
I have been out where I live in Northeast Ohio. Things opened up here pretty early this past spring, so I've been playing typically through the summer 4 or 5 nights a week.
What kind of venues do you play?
It's
describe a show.
wineries, it's bars, it's taverns. It's there's one place here in a place called Canal Fulton where they have every Saturday during the summer, they block off the streets and performers come and we get 70, 100 people coming to those. And it's been, this is a very musical area of the country, so we get to see a lot of different
Which city were you from? I'm forgetting.
I'm from Stow, but I'm about 40 minutes outside of Cleveland.
Okay.
So northeast Ohio, but it's Cleveland, Akron, Canton, and between those three cities, I could play every night if I wanted to.
I can imagine.
There's enough places to do that, and
Wow.
I've been playing 4 to 5 nights a week. I'm scaling it back right now to a couple of nights where I'm going out live to brick and mortar, and then I do a weekly show, and I do these virtual shows once or twice a week. So, I'm recording over the winter.
So glad to have found you, and that
thank
you found your way to Open Mic America. Thanks so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Bravo.
All right, let's give it up for Jon. Man, can you believe that's been our first half so far of the show tonight? Man, everyone keeps getting better and better. So this is midway. Take a little wiggle, everybody. Let's get ready. Because our next performer is Valdoria, the one and only. Take it away.
Thank you. Oh man, I was actually planning on playing a different song, but I was looking at the list and thinking, oh, it says I'm from San Jose. I'm originally from San Diego. I moved to San Jose to follow my husband's job a couple years ago, and so I'm gonna play a song I wrote around the time that I moved to San Jose called Biorhythm Algorithm, because I was having kind of a hard time finding my place here. The past and the future fighting for space in my head. Throw chains on the present, I'm slow till I wish I was dead. And loving is the only thing that makes me feel alive. All this introspection is an obstacle to thriving. The artists starve, the poets scream, the dreamers dream, I'm scraping by. Embittered by the lies that line the golden path that castles in the sky. Do I want to keep moving, mining pain for beauty, like a sacred duty? I am an echo of my ancestors before, their voices muffled by the hands of colonizers. So how can I persist? Half erased I exist, fill the void with the values of capitalists, mining pain for beauty, to sell you a feeling, but feelings are fleeting. What values have meaning? We are all echoes of our ancestors before, all crying songs of love and pain and joy and sorrow. We are all echoes of our ancestors before, calling it progress as we tumble to tomorrow, trying to achieve flight. With heavy bones I pack myself into this winged can and hurtle through the sky. As I chase unknown greatness, I try to be weightless. I become automatic, systematic, algorithmic, biorhythmic. Symptomatic, automatic, systematic, algorithmic, symptomatic, symptomatic, symptomatic. Break from this loop. Rewrite the mania that's coded in our DNA and pass it to the youth. I tried to be patient. What truth have I wasted on being automatic, systematic, algorithmic, biorhythmic, biorhythmic? Automatic, systematic, algorithmic, biorhythmic, symptomatic, problematic.
Woo-woo!
Now that was good.
Very good.
Oh, my, Valdoria. What a wonderful voice.
Captivating.
Great.
Very
great
nice.
Tune.
Love
Well
that.
delivered.
Thank you very much. So that was Biorhythm Algorithm, and now I'm going to play, well, like Rick said earlier, the newest song, The Baby, is always the favorite. So I'm going to play the newest song that I've written called Casually Undone. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Night sings with a cool. A face is flushed by cafe glue. The corner of your mouth, cradling a joke. Our laughter's bells peal in the air. Haunted by the sudden flare of desire you awoke. You can have my heart. The time we spent was fun. I won't be going home with you tonight, even though my heart's been won. Loving recklessly is for the young. I don't know I can overcome my life being casually undone. The way you make kingdom come. I'm no starry-eyed maiden, but her ghost speaks in my ear that your looks are meaning-laden. That's exactly what I feel when our time goes up in smoke. Our laughter's bells peal in the air. I'm startled by the sudden flare of desire you awoke. My heart, the time we spent was fun. I won't be going home with you tonight, even though my heart's been won. Loving recklessly is for the young. Don't know I can overcome my life being casually undone. The way you make kingdom come. Do I have your heart, all tenderness unsung? 'Cause if I'm going home with you tonight, I know I'll come undone. Loving recklessly is for the young. heart still has the fight. I only want to be with you tonight. Love me until kingdom come. Love me until kingdom come.
Oh.
Oh,
Very good.
Girl can write songs.
wow.
Those were mesmerizing. Mesmerizing.
Thank you. I have plenty more. I just don't have them recorded anywhere.
Love is for the reckless and the young. Wow, what a line. Great stuff. And powerfully sung. Unusual songs that don't sound like anything else. I'm knocked out. Wow. Wow.
Thank you.
Talk about your songwriting process.
I write because I become obsessed with a thought, and it's the only way to get rid of it, really.
It starts with a thought.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know that there's really much else to it. My mom used to say I sang myself to sleep, like when I was a baby. So I've just always been kind of musical.
wow. How about early influences in terms of other singers or bands that you listened to when you were young that might have influenced you?
Oh, well, when I was young, I used to listen to Jewel. Actually, the first song I learned on guitar was by Jewel. I don't really listen to her a lot anymore. I've kind of moved on to Joni Mitchell and Tori Amos, and those are the people who I mostly listen to.
Wonderful songs, Valdoria. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Valdoria.
Wow. See, what did I tell you? They just keep getting better and better and better. This is why we love open mics. I know that's true. And keeping on the train of performers one after another, we've got Rob Banks Brown coming up next.
Thank you. I've been living in Durham now for over 10 years, and I'm loving the music environment there and the people and how open and inviting everybody is. Prior to that, though, I spent a great portion of my life in Arizona, and that influenced a series of songs that I wrote there. And this one was actually written about my waterman, because in Arizona, the water is terrible. Comes from the Colorado River, and it's got a lot of chlorine in it. So you get big bottled water jugs that they carry over your shoulder, and you put them in a water dispensing machine. And the guy would bring them up and bring them to your house. Well, every time this guy showed up, he had a different cast or sling or some part of his body that was in serious need of attention. And I asked him, "Hey, dude, what's the deal with your aches and pains?" He says, "Well, I ride in the rodeo." So after he left, I thought about it, and I wrote a song about rodeo, sort of a rodeo blues, and that's what this song is, Rodeo. Tell you a story of my life, riding the rodeo. It's been a long and traveled road, and I'll lay my burden down. Started out at a very young age, calling the devil down. He came to town just to see me ride the rodeo. I rode the barrels and I roped those cows on horses fast and strong. The thrill was growing and it wasn't long before I turned to the bull. And the crowd would cheer, and the bodies flew, and the dirt was everywhere. And my body ached more than I thought I'd stand, but the thrill, it was so strong. Purse grows smaller with every ride. The entry fees grow large. My fragile body seemed to take it hard when I fell to the ground. I see her watching in every crowd, faithful look in her eye. You know she never looked away as the crowd cheered me on. Yes, that crowd would cheer, and the bodies flew, and the dirt was everywhere. And my body ached more than I thought I'd stand, but the thrill, it was so strong. She'd help me mend a leg or an arm that powerful beast would claim. You know she never said a word, but I'd see her crying in the night. Started out at a very young age, calling the devil down. He came to town just to see me ride the rodeo, ride the rodeo, ride the rodeo, ride the rodeo.
Great story. Great story.
Woo-hoo.
Well, when I played it for him, he didn't like it. It was too bluesy. He wasn't pro rodeo enough for him. But. This next song I did write in Durham, but it was based on a Facebook post. Everybody watches Facebook and enjoys it. And a post came up with kind of a southern Florida or Georgia dirt road, water on both sides, and a sign that said, "Runners, keep to the right when traffic comes." And all along on the right side of the road, alligators. This song's called Gator Road. See them all lined up by the pond on the edge of the road. You've got to cross that way, no other way to go. Oh, brother, don't you take that shortcut through the mossy ground, 'cause that brings nothing but trouble from the critters on the ground. You gotta watch out where you roam when you walk that narrow road. Keep your head up when you cross that road. Watch out for Gator Road. They're telling stories about the ones that never came home, the ones that disappeared while walking that narrow road. They come out late at night when the moon is shining bright and line up by the road with water on both sides. You gotta watch out where you roam. Don't you pay that heavy toll. Keep your head up when you cross that road. Watch out for Gator Road. If you don't turn your back when you're headed home, see the sign says keep to the right when the traffic comes. Traffic's coming and the road gets tight and you move to the other side. That's when you see them gators lined up with their glowing eyes. You gotta watch out where you roam. Don't you pay that heavy toll. Keep your head up when you walk that road. Watch out for Gator Road. Gator Road. Gator Road. Nobody scared yet?
Woo!
I love it. We had Tobacco Road, we had Copperhead Road, and now we have Gator Road.
There you go. Busy roads.
Now that road makes me think of a road I've been on. They call Alligator Alley across Florida. Would that be the same one?
Probably is. Probably is.
Yeah,
I didn't
there's
know
a
what the
canal
road.
on both sides.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
it.
full of alligators, and they're gigantic. And don't get caught out there at night. It's not good.
Looks scary to me.
Songs. Those are great songs. So what's going on down in your neck of the woods? Are you getting out to play?
Yes, we've been fortunate to do a lot of hosting open mics, playing open mics, and doing the brewery run. Quite a few breweries have opened up, and we had the opportunity. I have a little trio that we play the breweries with, and we get out and play that quite a bit. So it's very fortunate.
How are folks working mitigation, or are they bothering? Is anybody masking up, or what's the scene like?
Well, up until recently, we've been playing outside,
Yeah.
and a lot of people have heaters in this time of year. But all through the summer and the fall, it was beautiful weather. So we had the outside gigs, and people would mask to go in and get food and go to the bathrooms and so forth. It's been very good. North Carolina, our neck of the woods everybody's very sensitive to it, and our numbers are way down, so that's good.
And now that you're inside, what's it like inside?
Well, we're still masking inside, and ventilation systems doors are open, and one of the places we play, one of the breweries, has big roll-up doors and cross ventilation and so forth. So
That helps.
it's working very well.
Seems like if
We always
there's a
have
lot of
tables
air.
and things separating us from
Yeah.
a bulk of people.
Yeah.
So it seems to work out very well.
Yeah, a lot of folks in Portland still keeping their head down. They've had some shows at Artichoke, but not too many people are showing up. I'm sure keeping my head down. I've got some conditions, but anyway, great hearing from you, Banks. Those were great songs. I'm staying out of Gator Road. I'm not
No.
going down there. No.
I don't blame you. Thank you.
All right, let's give it up for Banks. That was great. All right.
Killian.
And our next performer ready for your listening pleasure is Robert Owen. It's all you.
Something on my screen here. Here we go. All right, thanks. I'm going to play a couple of my original tunes, but if I had my druthers, I'd have Valdoria sing them. But that's probably breaking the rules, huh, Dave?
Well, for right now it is.
This song I wrote in 1979, and it's about wrote it for my grandparents. It's called Grammy's Kitchen. I remember Grammy's kitchen and house up on Sunset Drive. Granddad's stepside truck was the first thing I'd see when I'd arrive. I'd make it straight for the kitchen. I'd be set up with my own bowl. Those home canned cherries, I was a man alive. I remember Grammy's kitchen, Granddad's son of a bitchin', as I'd count 'em up 15-2, 15-4, and supper would be on the table. I'd be wondering if we'd be able to have enough time to play just one more. Looking for a hard life, no, not at all. Just a big divan and pictures on the wall. Little fiddle music coming down the hall. That's all. I remember all those times you'd be tying up my fishing line. Sometimes that hard climb take its toll. Still you'd take me back again. You'd take me back again and again. Sure could make those bass rock and roll. Oh, Granddad, I remember all the fun we had. Pack up a lunch and drive those mountain roads. Stop up at Green Knob, that buck about as far as near that sign, Bob. I remember every story you ever told. up on Sunset Drive.
Wonderful, beautiful.
Sweet.
Beautiful.
So nice.
Very nice. You sang it just fine.
Pictures you
Oh,
paint,
thanks.
man. They're so nice.
So this is a newer song I wrote 2017, and I read the book The Virginian by Owen Wister, and basically the heroine in the novel comes out from the East Coast and teaches school in Wyoming, meets the character of the Virginian, falls in love, and that's the story. But at one point in the story, she takes a little trip back to the East Coast to visit her aunt, and this is after she's fallen in love with the main character. And they get to talking, and the young woman asks her aunt about love, and so they get into a conversation about it. And to start the conversation, the aunt, she said the line, "Well, I am an old woman, but I do remember about love." And so I took that line, and even though John Prine had it first, I took that line and used it in my song. So the song's called Virginia. Well, I am an old woman, but I haven't forgotten how to love another with the spirit of youth in my touch. A sudden sensation there right beside you, to reach out and hold to, not be alarmed by the touch. And sometimes you're still, and sometimes in bloom, and some rhymes can take you too far and too soon. I was never around, never thought of as true, and some rhymes can take you too far and too soon, too far and too soon.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh, man,
Thank you.
Loved it.
I loved it.
Robert, your songs always tug at my heartstrings in a good way. First song made me think of my own dear grandma. I called her grandma. Some say grandma and whatever, but think of my grandma and her coal stove and how she'd take a loaf of bread out and tap it with the back of a bread knife, and if it made that hollow sound while it was done.
Yeah.
But you seem to be able to tap into the human heart. Your songs, every time I've heard you play, and I've heard you a number of times at Artichoke, you just have a knack for getting to the heart of it. And share with us a little bit about your early music experiences and how you got to be the musician and the writer you are today. People in your family or early influences?
Yeah. Well, my parents bought us my brother and I, each a silver tone guitar when we were about 12 and 13. And of course, we were listening to the Beatles and Animals and Rolling Stones and all those bands that were coming out at the time, and even the Beau Brummels. That was the first concert I went to, was the Beau Brummels. So we started learning songs off of records and playing, and we formed a band when we were young teenagers, and there were two bands in our little town, and we were one of them. And
Where was that, Robert?
What's that?
What town was that?
Crescent City, California, just across the border on the coast. And so we play at high school dances and that sort of thing, and then we played in some of the bars around town, but the two bands, the band members were underage, and so they always had to have a separate place for the band to play and the people to dance and stuff, and they go drink in the other part of the of the facility. But anyway, so we did that for a while, and then my brother started writing his own songs, and that really interested me, and so I, wanting to keep up with him, I started writing my own songs, and over the years, it just it's been a godsend to me to have developed that, however haphazardly I might have been. It wasn't really a plan to write songs for therapeutic value or anything, but certainly that is part of it. As you write a song, a lot of times I like someone earlier said, I just had a thought. Sometimes I have a thought or a feeling, and I just want to get it out. I just want to, so I don't hold it in. So.
Are you still able to get together with your brother?
Occasionally, yeah. We try to get together once a year, but we didn't get together this year.
Where does he live?
He lives down in Crescent City still.
Oh, he's still down there. Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. I just started writing songs, and then started writing about I get a lot of my ideas from reading books or an event or a topic or a thought. So it's amazing to me how it. And somebody asked, I was watching the Beatles Get Back thing on TV here lately, and it was just amazing to me how long it was taking them to write a song, and because if I don't get the song written in an hour or two,
Oh, really? Wow.
I'm probably gonna give up on it. I
Wow.
don't have the patience, I guess.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah.
That
Well,
seems
listen,
like that's the way it happens, and I can't explain a lot of it. All these great songwriters that we've heard tonight, they have their processes and everything, and gosh, I just don't get how people do it. Even myself, usually it just kind of comes out.
I love it. Thanks so much for being on the show, Robert. We love your stuff.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Robert. It really is amazing being able to see everybody perform tonight and all the different things they bring to the table. And next up, giving us a heaping, helping serving of their own product is Jim Pryts.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, songwriting. How did I come up with this one? I'll just let you be the judge. It was actually on a dare. I had to fulfill a theme for an open mic at Artichoke, and John, our fearless leader, he said, well, I can't even remember what the theme was, but I came up with this. We live, and in the end, we up and die, and then the juices start to flow as the heat begins to go. So cremation, it's easy on your pocket, a funerary rocket to blast you on your way. Cremation, the quickest way to heaven. Ain't no need to ponder your eventual decay. Well, the worms all turn their heads when they see that you are dead. And the maggots do their dance in your decomposing underpants. Cremation is one red-hot sensation, your cleansing conflagration to get you on your way. Cremation, the quickest way to heaven. Ain't no need to ponder your eventual decay. Undertaker, when I die, when the moon is in the sky, take me down below and light me up before you go. Cremation sounds so warm and toasty, you know you won't be hosting those creepy crawly things, no way. Cremation, the surest way to glory, real warm-hearted story, an incendiary thing. Well, the cold within their plot should rage against the rot, but they don't realize they're dead, so they can't organize. For cremation, one red-hot sensation, your cleansing conflagration to start you on your way someday. Cremation, the quickest way to heaven. Ain't no need to ponder your eventual decay. Well, as pre-need planning goes, you're really on your toes. Up on your funeral pyre, you'll be getting out of here on fire. Cremation, your one surefire blessing. No need for disinfectant and castrate your way. Cremation, out in a blaze of glory, ain't the least bit glory on your transformation day. Well, the river ganja flows from the hem Himalayan snows. The dead stay warm all day, then join the goddess on her way. Cremation, you know they put you in a vase. You're sprinkled on the ocean or tossed into a lake, or you end up on the mantle above a crackling fire, serving to remind them just how you got this way. Cremation, easy on your pocket, your funerary rocket, and to blast you on your way. Cremation, quickest way to heaven, ain't no need to ponder your eventual decay.
Whoa,
Good
very
one.
good.
Oh,
Bravo.
something to
Get
look
my
forward
matches.
to.
I know what it was. I know the theme was. It was, God, it must have been death, huh? I can't remember what the theme was. But hey, I came up with that one. I'm going to change instruments and I'll be right back. Bring out my little ukulele. Well, that was a story song, and this is another story song, but it's not nearly as grotesque as that one. This is about pretty much returning Hawaii to the Hawaiians, and I wrote it because when I was in Hawaii once, I took a tour of the Liliuokalani's palace on the Big Island, and the tour guide who took my wife and I on the tour seemed kind of reticent to talk to us what he really felt, and I just told him, well, you know, I hope you agree with me, but I think we ought to give Hawaii back to the Hawaiians, because it was an illegal thing that the United States government did to steal it from them. And he just was taken aback, and he looked at me, and this old bald hippie, and he said, well, thank you, that's really great to hear. So this is called Kia'upuni o Ke'i Hawaii, which means the free nation of Hawaii. Liliuokalani weeps and feels the trade winds blow. It is for her and her people that I sing. I want to give her country back, stolen so long ago. Kia'upuni o Ke'i Hawaii. I wish to visit Hawaii, independent and free, governed by the people, surrounded by the sea. There will be just for Kanua and Ohana that they love. Kia'upuni o Ke'i Hawaii. The free nation of Hawaii, a jewel in the azure sea, unspoiled by the hand of Yankee greed. Is what I hope to see when I get off the plane one day. Kia'upuni o Ke'i Hawaii. You know, Poe Mahi Tahiti, the ancient people's name, sailing to the future, over the seas they came. They were guided by the stars, and they were trusting in their name. Kia'upuni o Ke'i Hawaii. Well, I am your Yankee brother, and it hurts for me to say My people lied and cheated you, and they stole your land away. I stand strong for your emergence now, independently. Ke aupuni o ke Hawaii. Ke aupuni o ke Hawaii. Hawaii. Oh. Ke aupuni o ke'i, Hawaii, the free kingdom of Hawaii. Oh, say, can you see?
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Beautiful and poignant.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very, very nice. Thank you.
Love your stuff, Jim.
Well, thank you, Dave.
Your finger style is just it's the kind of thing when I see it I have two thoughts in competition with one another. One is to never play again, and the other is just to practice more.
Oh, just
I always-
practice more, bud. That's all.
I always choose the second one. It's just wonderful what you do, and that's the first song. I think we could make a compendium of songs, and that will go with Deb Seymour's colonoscopy song.
That sounds like
your song
a
would be
meaty issue. Yes, yeah.
a good process song with colonoscopy. Terrific stuff. Terrific stuff. Talk a little bit about your early influences in playing.
Well, my early influences, my earliest influence was my father, who was a harmonica player. I still have all his harmonicas. When he passed away, he left them to me. But my brother and I played guitars. My brother, I believe, played guitar first. He taught me how to play, and my dad always felt left out. So he was building a He was building. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. He was building or redoing the deck, and he had some wood left over, and he built a one-string bass, and so he could play with us. And years later, when my dad passed away, I was on the board for the Napa Valley Music Festival, and we had the Kingston Trio play. His favorite song, by the way, my dad's song, the favorite song he wanted to play with me and my brother, was the ballad of Charlie. What is that?
The Man Who Never Returned.
The Man Who Never Returned. Yeah, and I got to actually take that bass down and have the guys sign it, and Bob Shane wrote on it, and he said, I told him the story, and he wrote, Ray, Charlie got home, Bob Shane, the Kingston Trio. But he was my first influence. But as far as guitar players, I learned how to fingerpick on a Fender Esquire when I started listening to Paul Simon. He's my most important influence, I believe. But Jim Ringer, Paul Simon, good God, George Harrison, all those guys. Yeah. Anybody who could play better than I could,
Well, you certainly are a master of finger picking. I love your
thank
style.
you, sir. Thank you.
Now here's one for you, and we don't need to forget that the reason that we have this show, it's my son helped us. My son built the website for this show. I'm very proud of that. My son Garth, who is an artist, a fine artist. He said, geez, all you're doing, Dad, is making a nightclub for the good musicians. The regular people don't get on the show. And I said, no, this is supposed to be the big leagues for open mic, to support brick and mortar open mics and to try to make that world more visible. So I'm going to ask you the question, what makes a great open mic? What are the characteristics of a great open mic? Because a lot of people might never have been to a great open mic. I was at one in Arizona where they had 3 pool tables where people were playing pool right in front of the open mic stage.
Oh,
For
yeah.
you, for you, what are the characteristics of a great open mic?
Okay, well, an open mic has to be welcoming. People have to come off of the street, be able to come off of the street and feel the confidence to get up there and either make a fool of themselves, which everybody does the first several times, but it's a big deal. So feel welcome. A good host is really important, because that person will look at you and say, yeah, come on up here. Yeah, I don't care. Just come up here. Here, you can use my guitar, Another one is a good sound system, because there's nothing worse than playing through a shitty sound system, And another one is the beer good, But that's for another story. But those first two are the most important thing. If you feel welcome and you're able to get up there and get your guitar out or whatever you're going to play and play it and feel good about it, that's very important. Because a lot of people started out on open mics. Some of the famous people. I remember Paul. What's his name? Not Stookie. The other guy in Peter, Paul and Mary. Peter Yarrow, who was involved with the folk festival in Napa, talked about how he first played at open mics. Yeah, before he could actually play. So it's kind of important. It's a good venue.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing with us, Jim. We love your stuff.
Thank you,
love to
sir.
have you on Open Mic America. Thank you.
All right, you betcha, man.
I agree with you, Jim.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Jim. That was wonderful.
Well, thank you.
All right, and of course it's come that time. It's our last performer of the evening, but we've saved you someone really special. It's JD.
Thanks, Laura. I was terrified you were going to say they keep getting better because I don't think I could top anybody on this list. I'm really honored to be here amongst all this talent and just to have a chance to play a couple of my little songs. The first song I'm going to play is a not very imaginatively titled. It's called Songs, and after listening to everybody, I thought I would play this one because it's really a dedication to songwriters and the plight of songwriters to capture their story and to tell it in a way that it connects and then get it heard. How many songs can there really be? This one must be 100 for me. And it's a need to resonate, share a common truth. I hide it in a metaphor and paint it with my youth. Whoa, how many songs can there really be? How many stars have I really seen? Shimmering in shattered shades of pink and water green. And all are doomed to fade away, long eons after me. Oh, how many stars have I really seen? To think that I could get up here and send you something new. Wrap it in a story that you'll never know is true. Yes, I'm throwing out a lifeline, not sure who is pulling who. And all I know is I keep writing, and it's like I'm always fighting. These little songs don't last for long, so I'm sending them to you. Hey, thanks to you for listening, that is, if you're still here. As I understand, you only came to talk or have a beer. But if we dare to keep it down, ain't fooling anyone. Oh, how many songs have we never sung? To think that I could get up here and send you something new, wrap it in a story that you'll never know is true. Guess I'm throwing out a lifeline, not sure who is fooling who. And all I know is I keep writing, and it's like I'm always fighting. These little songs don't last for long, so I'm sending them to you.
Very, very nice.
Sweet.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much. That's dedicated to all you people. The next one, I think Jim was mentioning that he wrote a song as part of a songwriter's challenge, and I did too. A little over a year ago, a buddy of mine, we play in a duo locally here around Seattle, challenged each other to write a Christmas song, and I did my homework. I studied Christmas song structure all the way from Gene Autry forward, but I still didn't really have inspiration. And then finally I was watching the weather one night and I got it. So the weather lady was on there, and got the inspiration for this song. I hope you like it. Hey there, weather lady, up there on the screen. Of all of your predictions, there's still one I haven't seen. Well, I've been looking forward to December. A little time off, God knows it's been a tough year. I see all these snow clouds I remember, but then they blow away and it's all clear. The sun belongs to summer, the leaves belong to fall, the rain belongs to springtime. Honey, we'd have it all if only you'd save a little snow for Christmas. Save a little snow, a little white glow to lift us. I want to see the magic in the morning light, shining all over the world tonight. So save a little snow for Christmas. Well, I remember back when I was young, all those snowball fights and all that fun. Waking up on Christmas Day, a hush in the air as if to say, silent night and peace to everyone. Well, save a little snow for Christmas. Save a little snow, a little white glow to lift us. I want to see the magic in the morning light, shining all over the world tonight. So save a little snow for Christmas. Oh, an inch or two of Thanksgiving Day won't stick around, but that's okay. A flurry or two on the day before. Come on, what are we waiting for? Want to see the magic in the morning light, shining all over the world tonight. So save a little snow for Christmas. Oh, save a little snow for Christmas. Oh, save a little snow for Christmas. Oh yeah.
That's a Christmas classic. Whoa.
Got us all dancing.
I love it.
Thank you.
Were
Thank you
you-
very
were-
much. Yeah, I've actually that's released and fully produced with all the horns and tubular bells and everything you can think of in it. So it's a lot
I
of
could
fun.
hear it. Wow, great stuff. Great stuff. Were you brought up in a state with snow?
Yeah, well, I was brought up in the Midwest. I'm from Missouri, so
There was snow.
yeah, we would get a few snows a year. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah. Me from Northeast Pennsylvania, we had lots of snow. Lots of snow. Yeah. You've obviously been doing this for a long time. You've got a great presentation.
Thank you.
In your early days of playing, think about the first one or two times that you got up on a stage and played solo, and paint that picture for us. The venue, what it felt like, what it was like to do that.
Wow.
Where was it? If you have to go
Yeah.
back and think about it.
Yeah. I think I played, let's see. Well, I started playing with a band when I was maybe sophomore in high school. But the first time I played solo, I think was in a talent show around that same time. And I played If You Could Read My Mind by Gordon Lightfoot.
You were in high school at the time.
Yeah, I was in high school at the time. Yeah.
So tell us about the talent show. You were in what, an auditorium?
School gym.
School gym? How many people?
I don't know. There was probably quite a few. This is funny. You got me thinking about it. Yeah, so, I mean, there wasn't just musicians. There were people doing little skits. My sister did a little skit, and I played for her. And I think I played Grandma's Feather Bed because she did a whole little thing about that. And then I played the Gordon Lightfoot song. And yeah, there were probably, I don't know, maybe 70, 80 people.
How did it feel?
It was a long time ago. It felt good. Yeah, I think best compliment I got was one of my classmates came up and he goes, "Wow, Jim, you sound just like that fucker." Sorry for my language. I apologize.
Well,
Yeah,
you didn't say that, and we didn't hear it, so don't worry about it. Wow, yeah. Well, there's a big difference between playing in a band and playing by yourself.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I think I was pretty nervous, but I had worked hard, like Jim was saying. It's practice, right? I worked hard to get the picking pattern down, and just to deliver it as best I could, and and then I had been playing guitar in my buddy's band for a little while at that point, and so I had a little bit of experience being on stage, but yeah, that was a long time ago.
Love these stories. I love these stories. Thanks so much for joining us, and thanks to all the musicians tonight. What a crew! It's been a high bar tonight, that's for sure, for everybody. And you've all been up there. It's just been great. Thank you so much.
Thank
Good
you.
work, JD.
Thanks.
Love
Thanks
it.
for the opportunity.
Yes, let's give another big round of applause for JD. And
Well
another
done,
even
thank
bigger
you.
round of applause for everyone who performed tonight. I want to thank not only everybody in the audience for tuning in and watching, but I want to thank all of our performers, JD, Jim, Robert, Banks, Valdoria, John, Rick, Alice, Dean, Mark. You were all incredible. It was such a pleasure to be able to listen to all of your songs and all of your stories tonight. And everyone out there in YouTube land, please leave your thoughts in the comments of the live stream, and the performers can go see the live stream afterwards and see what you said about all of them. And if you enjoyed the show tonight, check out the website openmicamerica.com. It will have links to their works or their social pages, however you can get in contact with them. If you liked this show, be sure to spread the word to all of your family and friends. Spread it by word of mouth. Spread it by the posters that that you can get also on our website under the Green Room tab. If you're real excited and ready, you can even go ahead and order your own t-shirt for Open Mic America, which is very fun. We're on Instagram and social media. We're on Facebook. We want to make sure Open Mic America is there and out there for anyone who might want to perform, because we've seen all these amazing people and we can't wait to see even more. We'll be coming to you at the first 3 weekends of every month going forward, but make sure you check out your local open mics. And if you can't think of any local open mics, we've got you covered. OpenMicAmerica.com. We have a whole tab dedicated to the local mics that the performers have suggested to us. If you have one you want to suggest, reach out to us. We would love to make sure that we can spread the word and make sure this keeps going and keeps growing. It's been amazing. Our next performance date is going to be December 12th. It will be hosted by Capo Dave Williams and Daphne Ramil. So stay tuned for the next full lineup. It will, of course, be on our website, and that's basically where you can find everything you need, openmicamerica.com. And with that, I think it's time. It's the end of the show, and we'll all wave goodbye. Goodbye, YouTube. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for performing. It's been so wonderful. Goodbye.